All right, we got 5 minutes on the clock. What is your name and what is your podcast show?
Robert Brill, LA Business Podcast, labusinesspodcast.com.
Awesome. Now, before we hit record, we were talking about some failures. Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
podcasting failures.
The whole thing is a failure. I had a podcast. I have like 130 different episodes recorded for like a year and a half, something like that. And I just stopped doing it because I felt like it wasn't the best use of my time.
Which show was that?
The LA Business Podcast.
The actual show that we're talking about here. Okay.
Yeah.
130 episodes in, you met tons of people, created tons of content.
Yeah.
Why was it a failure?
It wasn't monetizing for me, and it was taking me away from my core business, which is running an advertising agency.
So you have an advertising agency, you created LA Business. Did you find no ways to connect the two, or was it always like a separate mission?
No, they were connected. The goal of the podcast was to hear stories of how businesses grow and scale, and the mission was meet people and turn some of them into clients, and some of them did turn into clients, which was good. But they were small clients, which was good at the time because we were looking at small business solutions, and we're incidentally restarting small business solutions. But at the time, the small business solution was too complex and we weren't charging enough for it. So the business we were getting from the podcast wasn't working. And the volume of clients we were getting from the podcast wasn't working as well. So we just quit it.
Wow. How long ago did you quit it?
Around a year and a half ago now. So like around the last recording was May of 2022 or something like that, or something. And then we recorded one off maybe a few months ago, but May 2022.
Copy that. Now, when stopping a podcast show, do you have any desires to ever launch another one?
Yeah, I do.
What will you do differently?
Well, I would make it more high value. So small business advertising, you need a lot of volume to make it work. Like if we charge $1,500 or $2,000 a month for marketing services, you need a lot of that. We weren't ready for that. A large number of our clients are actually other agencies. We do white label media buying. So like, search, social, display, connected TV, but for other agencies, clients. So I would interview agencies. Right. Yes. Any one agency that we work with could bring us 10 clients, not one. So it's a different setup.
What a great learning lesson that you got from that first launch, because now you're interviewing your agency. They want to, share their stories and such like that, but you guys could talk at a higher level because they're already buying stuff.
They understand we're peers. It's a different equation.
Yeah. And when you're interviewing a business owner, they may have never bought ads before, so they might not even be an ideal client.
We also didn't do a lot of vetting. I mean, we have like our biggest podcast guest. There's three interesting things. The biggest podcast guest was the CEO of Satva, the mattress company, which is great. Ron Rudson, I believe.
Yeah.
Our best performing podcast episode is this guy named Jason White, I believe that's his name, who sells a course on how to get government contracts. And his interview on our YouTube is killing it. Like I'm getting followers all day, but they're for him, not for me.
Yeah, I get it. So the next podcast you launch will be more specific to our higher tier value offer for you with peers. And I think that's a great lesson for us, like going in, because I built, 15 of these. I've done 2,000 interviews. And if I could look back on my failures, there was a misalignment on who I was, who I'm trying to serve, and my guests. So like really good lesson, Robert. So for the next one, when do we think that one's going to launch? We would really like
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. It's like number 20 on the list of 5 of things I got to do.
Yeah, but we could learn so much from a failed attempt, and I really find that valuable, and I think other podcasters will find that valuable too. Because anybody here in the audience could go, "Yeah, me too. I've shut down 10 of them so far." Right. So, Robert, good job getting out there and building a bunch of them. Where could people go to connect with you and maybe look at what you're doing?
Brillmedia.co, B as in boy, RILL media.co. Hit contact us and you can have a marketing strategy call with me.
Awesome. If you're a podcaster looking to grow and monetize your show, I'd love to have a conversation with you on this podcast, and we could talk all under 5 minutes. We'll see you all on the next episode. Bye, everyone.